In this video, I want to introduce you to a very simple concept, and that is the effective rate. The effective rate. And so, one of the problems you're going to notice as we start to dive into these next 4 or 5 videos talking about different pricing structures is that it really can start to seem pretty complicated, and it really is. There's some complication in this industry. This is financial services. You know, you're selling something that has a little bit of complication mixed into it. And so, as a result, there are different ways that merchants are priced. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that you're trying to compare apples and oranges instead of apples to apples, right? So maybe you're selling one of our programs that has a certain pricing structure, but the merchant is currently on a different program, a different pricing structure. And you're like, okay, how do I compare these two together? Well, the one concept that really ties all of these together is something called the effective rate. In our industry, the effective rate is very, very simple. You take the total fees that a merchant paid in a given month, and you divide that by the total credit card processing volume for that same month, okay? So as an example, let's say we have a pizza shop. They processed, let's say, $10,000 in total credit card, debit card transactions for the month. So they did $10,000 in total volume. And then let's say you look at your competitor statement and you see that they paid $350 in total fees. So they paid $350 in order to process $10,000. Now, it doesn't matter what pricing structure. Maybe that $350, maybe they did interchange plus, which we'll talk about, and maybe they paid $170 in interchange, and they paid $60 for a monthly fee, and they did something else, and who knows, right? It could be tier pricing, it could be flat rate, it could be subscription rate. It doesn't really matter at all. It's just what was the total fees they paid, what was their total processing volume, divide those out. So if we take the example I just gave you, $350 in total fees divided by $10,000 in total processing volume, guess what we have? We have 3.5%, right? 350 divided by 10,000, 3.5%. That's the effective rate. And the great thing about the effective rate is, again, it works no matter what. You can compare any pricing structure to any other pricing structure by simply looking at what is the effective rate. In other words, what percentage of each transaction on average are you going to have to pay in fees in order to process that particular transaction?